And good morning. It is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, wearing her Kiwanis hat today. She wears many hats, but today got her Kiwanis. Actually, technically it's a pin, but you know.
I have a hat too. I should have brought my hat.
Laurie Schotz with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I hear it's Kiwanis Day on your radio station.
It just kind of turned out that way. Robert joined us last hour talking Walker Aviation Museum, but for many that don't know, Robert's actively involved in Kiwanis and things like that. Matter of fact, you probably see him dropping dictionaries off at schools and stuff a lot there.
Yep.
So,
he carries our bell that we ding with, and anytime you need a volunteer, Robert is right there. So I listened to Robert this morning since you told me it was going to be an all K day.
yeah. And of course, yourself here now. And then stay tuned next hour. Barbara Gomez will join us. And she's talking Senior Day out at the fair, which is tomorrow.
Correct.
But when she's not doing that stuff, she's wearing a Kiwanis hat as well.
Right. She is our president. Yeah. Well, we're having an election next Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because you're the past president, right?
Yes.
Okay.
With a big smile, I say. And I was voted to be a director, so I will stay on the board even past my past president. But then if she gets elected again, does that mean that I'm past president? Or does that mean that...
How does the titles work on that?
Right, exactly.
Maybe you have to come up with a
new one?
Yeah. Figure that out. Cross that bridge when you get there.
I had to tell myself this morning, you don't have to get through everything in 15 minutes. Because, at the other radio station that I'm on.
This is true. Yeah.
Right.
We like
and last time we were talking, I was like, how much more time do we have? We've already said everything.
I'm a little longer and a little more conversational than other radio shows. Yes. Some people love it. Some people are like, well, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, you'll be all right. I got you.
Yeah, I don't like the whole video thing, as you know, but that's okay.
That was not my choice. I'm a radio guy, and they kept wanting to put cameras in here, and I lost. So
you drew the short straw.
This is true.
Wah wah.
But folks, I know we're looking for entertainment in this world, and we're starting to see things happen again.
Yeah.
Concerts are happening, sports is happening, things like that. Good news for all you fans craving some music. Now, let's face it, you're probably going to, this is going to be probably for our, not older folks, but folks that, if you're in your 40s on up, I think you're going to be more into Simon and Garfunkel.
Unless you listen to Disturb or some of the new bands coming up. There's a lot of remakes going on right now.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Because I really like Disturb's version.
I think I've heard it.
The Sound of Silence. You haven't heard Disturb?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah,
that's the way. That's the emotion that song evokes in me, but I don't hear it from Simon and Garfunkel's voices.
It's a much more.
But that's
the Simon and Garfunkel version is a haunting version.
Yes,
but it's a whole new level with the Disturbed version. Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, oh yeah, that song.
Yeah.
I forgot about that song. Yeah.
So you may know it from them, and may know it from a more popular band today, and may not have known that it was an original.
And that's just it. You probably know their songs because you hear them everywhere and don't realize you hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if you grew up in the era of Simon and Garfunkel, you're going to be. But if you're before that, you probably don't realize that the music you're hearing, it's got origins of Simon and Garfunkel, or Paul Simon.
Or Paul Simon, yeah.
I mean, he in and of itself on his solo side did so much.
Now,
stuff
don't get Art Garfunkel upset. Now they already have a hard time getting along.
Sean was like, "You think they'll do any of the Paul Simon songs?" I said, "I doubt it." I said, "I think this is strictly Simon and Garfunkel. I don't think it's any of the Simon
It can't be Simon and Garfunkel like you said without Garfunkel."
But it's called Swearingen and Kelly, and they do a music of Simon and Garfunkel. And so, do they do this Chautauqua style, or is it different? Okay,
no, it is a concert.
Gotcha.
I mean, they may give you some nice little facts about
but don't
Simon.
Pretend to be Simon and Garfunkel.
No, they recently are married. They are from Nashville. They're professionals coming in to do basically a tribute.
Gotcha.
To the music of Simon and Garfunkel.
So they're just big fans of Simon and Garfunkel and love playing in the band, and maybe they were like a cover band at some point. It's kind of evolved into to what they're doing
a duo.
Now. Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to hear them, all you have to do is Google their names. And there are several cuts of Simon and Garfunkel's music that they do that you can listen to on YouTube. If you're not quite sure, do I really want to go? Are they going to sound like what I remember? They're very good.
They're very good at
and it's
recreating
on my website as well. So this is kind of brought to you. I'm by Best Shots Productions put it together. That's my company now.
Okay.
But it is a fundraiser, and it is sponsored by the Roswell Community Little Theater and Kiwanis.
Awesome.
So
two great organizations.
Yeah, it's two. So it's a definite fundraiser. All the proceeds go to both of those groups.
Okay.
I get nothing. I just want to keep my hand in the business.
And I
right?
know both organizations could desperately use the help.
Right. So
please.
Kiwanis needs it for the park, the all-inclusive park that we hear a lot of chatter about.
Yeah.
That we hear there might be a groundbreaking in the near future.
Well, I know the cities started moving their obstacles and things around to make that happen. So we are closer to a groundbreaking. The red tape side of it starting to give way now, which is good.
Exactly. And so that's Kiwanis side of it. So we're still raising money. If you don't know, it's an all-inclusive park. We get a question, well, can regular kids come and play? All inclusive.
Yep.
So it's for everyone. There will be a focus on autism.
I think once people see it, they'll understand it better.
Right.
I think people are just trying to understand the concept. Like, does it look like a regular park, or is it going to look like something way different? I don't think till you see what we're talking about, I think you're having trouble wrapping your head around.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So then the other side of it is the Roswell Community Little Theater, and they actually need a new roof.
Okay.
So they're raising money for their new roof. And we're raising money.
They can only do Singing in the Rain so many times at the theater.
Well, and you may know this. I do want to give a plug for this weekend.
Yes,
isn't it this weekend they're doing
weekend next? It's
farce.
Yes, it's called Unnecessary Farce.
Unnecessary
it's a comedy.
Farce.
This one, it's Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday performances this weekend and next weekend. The Friday and Saturday nights are 7:30 this weekend and next weekend, and then a 2:30 afternoon matinee, both this Sunday and next Sunday. RoswellTheater.com. You can get tickets for that.
And that's the same thing with ours. It will be we're going to do ours at 2:00 on the Saturday, or you can do a 7:30, and you go to Roswell Theater, same website.
Yeah.
And they scroll the different shows. So once you see Simon and Garfunkel, hit it. Takes you right to the seating chart. This is something new for them. So you actually get to choose what
normally
seats.
they have general admission seating.
Right.
So this one's an actual
But we have a VIP
show.
pass. So we have to make sure our VIPs are taken care of.
Yeah, get them the VIP stuff that they are
so they're in the best seats of the house, which some people think are the first 3 rows, and it's not. Because you have to look up like you do in the movie theater.
Sure.
So it's 3 or 4 rows back.
All right.
So VIP gets the best seats in the house. We're doing a taste of Roswell. We are hoping that we can get restaurants to give us one appetizer. They'll get a lot of PR for that.
Sure.
You'll get a drink. You'll get to meet the act before the concert, before anyone sees them.
Nice.
And you'll be seated in your VIP seats before we let everyone else in for general admission. So the VIP is $40 and the general admission is $28.
Nice.
And like I said, there's a 2 and 7:30. We will have a silent auction. I know there's at least going to be a champagne basket.
Okay.
Because I'm making that.
All right.
And rake in the dough. So there'll be a rake that has scratch off tickets on it. And you can bid on that. And you may win even more money.
Hey, pay for your for your evening there.
That's
or
right.
More. You never know.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we want to encourage everyone to come out. These are great causes. I'm thrilled to be able to help them put it together.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, with Kiwanis and what they do with predominantly with children and things like that. For folks that don't know, the Roswell Community Little Theater, not only for the performing arts and things, but they also run what's called the CAPS program.
Right, they just over at your historical society.
Kids Arts Program, which one of their more well-known events is their Graveside Manor event that they do out at South Park Cemetery every year. I say next month. It's this month. It's October.
This month now. Scary, huh?
They're doing their event at the Historical Society, which you can get tickets for now. You can, again, go to the Roswell Theater website to learn more, or the Historical Society's website to learn more about that event. But so by supporting this show, you're helping support programs like that too.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
So yeah, everyone, please come out and support either one of those causes. We're thrilled that we are partnering with them. I am thrilled. We are hoping to do something in the spring.
Good.
With Roswell Community Little Theater. I always want to switch the little in the community, so I've got to look at it. And they've been really great to work with. Everything so far has been smooth.
Yeah. If if you're a business or an individual and looking to get involved someplace, community little theater is a great way to get involved. They literally work by the generosity of our community to like this play, Unnecessary Farce. It wasn't for like Blair's Trading Post and Roswell Donuts and these other sponsors and not just giving them cash. Like Blair's like there's like all these doors and stuff that's part of the show. That's kind of in a world of COVID where people need doors for doors,
right? Right.
To have them for a play and things like that, it's a little hard to come by. So thanks to they do what they do because people in the community get around and support them. So they're always looking for that. So
and we're also, if you want to be a sponsor of this event, you can sponsor the event. You'll get tickets with it. You'll get a banner. You'll get a nod from stage. I'm getting ready to put in an ad in the paper, so your logo would go in there at a certain level. So, so anyone who would like to support it, please give me a call. And my number is on the flyer, but it is 575-513-8119. And go ahead and leave a message, and it will say Best Shots Productions. So
excellent. And of course, we keep talking about the community little theater side. If you're looking to be a Kiwanian, or maybe you're a Kiwanian for somewhere else.
Funny you should mention that.
Lots of opportunities there, too.
Because on November 15th, we are going to Backdraft Barbecue.
Very good. Their new brick and mortar place there on 3rd?
Yes. And we are having, in fact, I'm going to hand this to you, and I will be inviting you. You can come as well. And I'll give you a flyer about the park. Again, this is something for the park, but you can come to learn about the park.
Okay.
You can come and learn about Kiwanis. It is going to be run like a bar. We will have the Chamber of Commerce will be there.
Oh, cool.
We will do door prizes.
Nice.
We will have eats. We will have drinks, and we will have the football game on.
Oh, nice.
So, and we're going to have a photo booth. We have a member of our group that actually has that and does it as events. So she'll be bringing it along for that. So if you want to be involved in Kiwanis, want to know what we're about, just want an evening out to see what's going on in town, we'll share the park information with everyone that night as well, and some other things that we do for the city and for the children. And yes, we do a lot for kids, but I do want to say that during COVID, our group sent a card to everyone in the senior center's homes that couldn't get out.
Okay.
And then sent them also like pizza gift cards for the staff.
Gotcha.
So
reaching out.
Right. So we couldn't raise money during COVID because everyone was worried about their job. Mm-hmm. So we did things like that. We also made packs for the homeless that you put in the community closets here. Mm-hmm. We did that 2 or 3 times. Our Circle K kids, which is our college level, they're doing it again right now.
Awesome.
To fill those up. So we do things other than for children, but our focus is mostly supposed to be improving the world, one community and one child at a time.
Absolutely.
Is international. So we're here for the community as well.
Absolutely. So again, that's going to be November 15th at Backdraft Barbecue. They're through the 3rd and what is the old 3rd
Street
and
Railroad?
Yeah, I think it's the old 3rd Street station. That's
right.
Of course, for years, Backdraft had their mobile truck, their trailer, and about 4 or 5 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
they got the brick and mortar location, and so if you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, use this or go earlier and then go back on November 15th.
Right.
But go check them out, and of course that way, if you can learn more about this all-inclusive park, if you'd like to get involved, if you want to be a Kiwanian and learn more and be a part of that, obviously there's going to be lots of opportunities for that too. But yeah, you're right. Most of us think of the kids because that's where the focus is for Kiwanis. But that's awesome to see. And this is what I love about organizations like Kiwanis and things. When we have pandemics and things like that, we get our hands tied behind our backs on what we can and can't do. But organizations like Kiwanis, and there was some other great ones in our community too, they take what we can't do and look, well, what can we do? And let's do that.
Change the focus.
Yeah, and what can we do?
Because my year was supposed to be the year of raising money, and then this year was supposed to be groundbreaking and building of the park. Mm-hmm. And of course, all that got pushed back,
on the back
like
burner.
almost a year. So my year became, okay, what service can we do for the community since we can't really reach out and do the ask for the park? And so I really think it was kind of a God thing because I really enjoyed that. I think more than I would have doing fundraisers and
I
trying
get
to
what
raise
you're
money.
saying.
You know,
You're seeing the direct results
Exactly.
of the fruits of your labor directly. Kind
Right.
Of,
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I was really happy at the end of the year to look back, and at first I'm like, oh no, like everything because you plan when you're president, you don't just, it doesn't just happen. And I was like, okay, time to switch gears, time to figure it out.
Well, and to be honest, we were in a world where it's easy because everyone's kind of circling the wagons and helping themselves and their family. So it's easy for people to not get involved in their civic organizations because, let's face it, they got bigger fish to fry right now. And Kiwanians, I'm sure everyone to a person had bigger fish to fry, but here they are.
And then we actually took care, and we still are doing this within our group. Something that I think is pretty special is we might get a few boxes together of silly things, but important things at times too. I could have candy bars and Kiwanis stickers and a kazoo.
Sure.
Right. And we put it in a bag and we go to the door. It's like ding dong ditch. We take it to one of our members that might be more shut in than others. And we set it there and we get in the car and we call them and we hit the doorbell and say, hey, there's a little gift from us outside. So that was another thing we picked up that we are continuing.
Cool.
As well as all board members have 3 or 4 names. And we call them at least once a month or text them.
Sure.
And just say, hey, reaching out, know that work's got you busy, or I know that your kids have you running there, or I know you haven't come out yet.
Yeah.
We're just checking in. Is there anything we can do for you? So it's made us a little stronger, the core group a little stronger to always be in contact with each other.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger,
That's right?
That's what they say.
That's right.
So if you'd like to be a part of that, come reach out. Come out to
First, come out to the concert on the 6th.
Yeah.
And that's 2 and 7:30 is the concert. So let's say I'm not a concert person, but I really want to help because I kind of forgot we're doing this too.
Yeah.
We are doing a golf ball drop.
Okay.
On the 6th as well in the morning, but you don't have to be present.
Okay.
Really, you can't really be present.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be, but so
might wear a helmet.
They're just They're just gonna drop the golf balls, and if you have that number, if you purchase that number, then you win.
So it's kind of like a lotto or bingo or something like that.
And there's 6 prizes.
Cool.
And it's $600, $400. I know there's a Target gift card.
Oh, nice. So some sweet swag. And
yes. So you could win. And and the way it's going to work is if you have number 1 and, well, let's say no one has number 1 and that's the one on the Target, we throw it out and go until we get a winner.
Okay.
It isn't, so
we draw
there
till
is
someone gets the money.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No one got that.
It's not like
our money
Powerball or rolls over to the next one. So.
Now, that's the way it's supposed to be. If the ball has not been sold, the money stays with the organization. But we've decided that we're not doing it that way.
Getting money.
Someone's getting the money.
Awesome.
So if you want a ticket, it's $10. You do not need to be present. So my friends in Indiana, I hit them all up because I just got back from there. And I'm like, 1 ticket. You know all those apple pies I used to buy from you or this, that, and the other?
Time to collect.
So time to collect. You can't come to the concert. I understand that. But you can pay $10.
Sure. And you can get some and win. You can win.
Win something big.
Absolutely.
So, so if you don't want to come to the concert or you're not interested in Simon and Garfunkel, it's not your type of music, that is just fine. Then buy a golf ball ticket from any Kiwanian, or you can call Doug Austin. He is the head of it. And
you'll get you a ticket.
Or Stacy Lehman.
Okay.
She's the one that got all of our prizes donated.
Okay. Do you guys have a booth out at the fair this year?
We do not.
Okay.
Because we don't have one for the regular, but Senior Day came up kind of quick.
Gotcha.
And to find the people to man it.
Okay.
I'm actually in Albuquerque for my pre-op.
I know that's that was that can be a real issue for some organizations here because one thing about the fair is like, hey, we'd love to have you have a booth out here, but if you're going to have a booth, we want you there the entire time that the building's open.
Or Senior Day. So Senior Day will be happening Wednesday from 3 to 6. That's the next person that's going to speak on the show. So I won't give away any of her fun stuff. But if anything, we would have gone to that. But I don't think we could get enough people together in time.
Do you guys have in the education building, one of the ball deals in there or something?
I don't know. I didn't know there was one.
Well, they have the education building. Some nonprofits have like a little. They call it a booth, but it's not really a manned booth. It's like a display where you can tell people about your organization. And
I didn't know that. We'll have to see if we're not there that we're there next year, so that we at least have some things out there.
That way, I'm just saying if they're walking around, they see it, and hey, there's a good way to get a hold of.
Right, we heard that girl on the radio. There's that thing. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was something that does not have to do with Kiwanis, but has to do with best shots. I have a girlfriend that does a lot of health and fitness,
like health
for
and wellness
50
kind of
and
stuff?
over.
Okay.
Meaning you should still be able to get up and down off the ground, 50 and over. So
I can, I just don't want to.
Well, that's true. That's the other thing. But if that's something that you're struggling with, I'm struggling with a bad hip. And so she put together a whole program for me. I have 3 things that I cannot do. And
Sure.
And I will be able to once I have the last surgery, but I cannot right now. So we're trying to get stronger for the surgery.
Good. Well, and I imagine, I'm not giving the whole backstory here, but I imagine that has helped you through the process of getting prepared.
Yes.
And dealing with your issues until they can get everything
right.
fixed.
Because, my physicalness has been on hold since last November.
Yeah.
But she is coming, and she's going to be teaching a yoga class. It will be in Artesia.
Okay.
But it'll be Sunday, October 24th at 8:30. She will do 15 minutes of quiet meditation, and then she will be teaching all levels can come yoga class. So if you've never tried it and you want to,
okay.
If you're one of those that are 50 and over and you think, maybe I need to take that for balance to get up off the ground, all of those kind of things.
That's where the yoga side and physical fitness, that's, it's all more about, aligning your body and
core
stretching
strength,
and core strength. And so it's not about, whereas like most people think working out and gym experience, they think of like the manly beast out and lift weights and all. Where yoga is the whole different. It's all about balance and centering and de-stressing.
And it's been really great for like it's hard to go through so many surgeries and mentally.
Yeah.
So it's been really great for that too.
It's more
quiet your mind, breathe, that kind of thing. But her name is Susie Grossman. She has Fitness Old School is what it's called. She also swings kettlebell. She's a martial artist, so she incorporates a lot of different things. If she works with you one-on-one, if that's something you're interested in. She also does nutrition, but she's going to be in town. So Sunday the 24th, 8:30 at First Christian Church.
Awesome.
It's an $8 donation. If you can't afford that, but you want to come check it out, you're more than welcome to come.
We'll figure out a way to get you in there.
Right. Yeah. So, and she's also, where I work now, she's going to come up and do a little 10 to 15 minute talk about it.
Oh, cool.
She has a website you can go if you send her a message. There's all these free videos of things that you can do on your own that you don't have to pay anything for.
Sounds like she's perfect for like your baby steps into yoga. Like if you're wanting to do this, but you're like, look, I'm not ready to be doing lotus butterfly, blah, 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 whatever.
Well, and even if you're at that level, sometimes when you know how to really do it, the baby stuff is harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like just
it's like
standing
fundamentals,
there.
I'm guessing. Like,
it's like standing there is mountain, but when she describes what you should be doing in mountain, which is engaging your glutes, and all of a sudden you can be sweating in mountain pose when everyone else, it just looks like you're standing there. They're not doing anything. It's like, oh no, I'm doing a lot over here. So yeah, sometimes when you know more, the baby classes are even more difficult and a harder workout for you.
And I would imagine too, is you come to this class and then you talk with her, during afterwards, she can give you things that you can take home and try because, I think how most of us work, we find things and we find elements of it and you want to incorporate, but you may not want, well, look, I'm not doing all that, but I want to do this.
Right.
And so she can customize to where it suits your lifestyle rather than suits everybody's lifestyle.
And she has a free Zoom yoga class on Tuesdays. It's 6:30 her time, 4:30 our time here. There are people in the class from Hawaii, from Indiana, Illinois, New Mexico, and California.
All right.
So, and that's why it's 4:30 our time. It's 6:30 her time. So we have to.
At least you're not in Hawaii where it's like 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
There.
but that's really a really cool thing as well. If you want to check that out, all of her privates are done Zoom.
Okay.
So she has clients all over the United States.
So wherever you're at, she can do
it. Yeah. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. So there's a little something for everyone. So if you're interested at all in starting to move again and you're 50 and over, which I'll let you know what it feels like when I hit 50.
It's like they are making a few exceptions. They're letting me in.
Now that's comedy. So anyway, that's happening in Artesia, October 24th, Sunday at First Christian Church, 8:30 a.m. So come out to see that. Come see the concert. That's November 6th at 2 or 7:30. You can buy a ticket for $28 or $40. Or if you just want to sit at home and win some money, you can buy a golf ball ticket for $10. And then make sure you come out November 15th for membership drive, learn more about Kiwanis.
Yeah.
Or if you're new in town, I have a new gal where I work, and she's like, well, I'm going to bring my husband so we can meet people. That's great, too. We got the football game on. The women can go meet. The men can watch the game. I'll be with the guys because I want the football.
Everyone's got barbecue faces.
And you got barbecue. What more do you want?
Not a lot of handshaking because everybody's got salty hands. But,
that's how we get close real quick. Now we're going to social distance. We'll have hand sanitizer.
There'll be a moist towelette buffer.
There'll be hand sanitizer.
But come out, be a part. Come out to the concert. Come out to these things. Come get involved. And if you have questions, reach out. Like you can say, Kiwanis on Facebook. Kiwanis of Roswell on Facebook is a resource. The Roswell Community Little Theaters Facebook page is a resource for you. If you find Laurie Schotz on Facebook, that's a resource for you as well. Is there any other direction or places you want to steer people if they want to learn about some stuff?
On Facebook, there we have, it's Roswell Kiwanis. So, and it will give you a phone number, a website, and an email address. My company is called Best Schotz Productions.
Do you have a social media
Facebook page? And I'm working on my website.
Okay.
I did Best Schotz in Indiana, and when I got here, I was so busy I couldn't do it anymore, so I kind of let it go. So we're going to get that back together.
Okay.
And then on my personal Facebook page, and then anyone in Kiwanis should all have it on their pages as well. And of course, Roswell Little Theater has the concert on their page and also on their Facebook page.
Absolutely. And while you're out looking on the website, go to roswellhistory.org and you can learn more about the CAP stuff and, and of course, their historical, the things involved there. It's all, that's the great thing about our community. We have organizations working together and different. So I don't know, when my involvement with the Historical Society crosses over into community little theater and just various other organizations.
And we're thrilled that the chamber is going to come out and do a ball for us that night as well at the mixer, I guess we're calling it. That's what I put it on. So you don't need a formal invitation. Just come on out to Backdraft at 5:30. I don't think I've said the time. So
come hungry, maybe.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
you're gonna have some food, drink, watch some football, get your picture taken if you want, and a funny little photo booth.
And learn about the all-inclusive park, learn about Kiwanis, learn about everything we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you're having trouble wrapping your head around what an all-inclusive park, how does that work for every kid?
We will have a big display of an idea.
Okay.
So you'll at least have a visual if you come.
Yeah, I'm curious. I've never seen one in action. I understand the concept. I understand, what it is, but I've never seen one in person and see how they work.
There's one in Rio Rancho.
Is there? Okay.
That's closer to what we are going to do. Carlsbad has an all-inclusive park that incorporates wheelchairs.
Okay.
And children wheelchairs, which ours will too. But again, our focus is more on autism.
The spectrum. Kids on the spectrum.
Right.
Like that.
So, but Rio Rancho is closer to what we have.
And generally for that's considered on things that's less noisy, less distracting.
They're more tactile.
Yeah.
So with your senses. So of course louder noises are worse than being quiet.
Sure.
Taste, smell, touch, all of that.
Things that kind of are set not to kind of create those triggers. Kind of thing. Excellent. Yeah. It's kind of fascinating science to think about and look at. That's why. So when I hear it, I ask out of just sheer curiosity.
Well, I have a master's in special education, and I had an emphasis on autism. But when I was, this will date me, when I was in college, autism was this one thing.
Back like 2 years ago.
Yeah. When I graduated 2 years ago, since I'm not even 50 yet, it was this one thing. And now autism is an umbrella of a lot of different things. Sure. So it incorporates a lot of different things. The spectrum is a buzzword now. Never was then.
Well, because I think if you think autism, you think Rain Man.
Right.
And that's what most of us associate. And sure, that's a facet, but that's just one facet.
Right.
That's
the good doctor.
That's it's basically grabbing a random person saying, here's a human being. Oh, okay, that's what human beings look like. But oh, wait, there's more. What I mean? And that's what autism is. It's okay. That's one.
And then the puzzle pieces are their symbol. So think of that in autism. It takes a lot of different puzzle pieces, right? Everyone is different. So
absolutely. So please, and obviously families that have family members on the spectrum, they know exactly what we're talking about here. So Awesome. Laurie, did we get it all?
I think we got it all.
Sweet. Again, folks, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Any of those places we talked about. Facebook, you go to the Roswell Community Little Theater Facebook. You go to the Roswell Kiwanis Facebook. You go to any of these, you're going to get the information or get put where you need to get put.
That's right. We will point you in the right direction.
Speaking of Kiwanis and things, are you guys able to meet regular now, or is that kind
we
of on
are
back
meeting?
burners?
No, we're meeting twice a month.
Okay.
The second and fourth Tuesday of the month at Cerritos at noon.
Okay.
I
if
will
you're
say, if
being a
someone's
Kiwanis?
listening to you, I got a call last night that someone saw us in the newspaper and is interested. I will be calling you back shortly this afternoon.
Okay.
I didn't call back last night.
But
So
imagine if you're interested in Kiwanis,
you
come
just
out
come
to one
on
of
out.
those lunch meetings.
we will buy your first lunch. How's
That's right.
that? So come on
Sure.
out.
That's right. So get the big.
And you
thing.
can call if you want to call and find out. We have speakers every time for the most part.
We have a guest.
We have a guest, right? Now we do have an election on October 12th, so that guest won't be quite as long as some of our guests in speaking. But yeah, come on out and we'll buy your first lunch. The second and fourth Tuesday of every month at noon, Cerritos.
There you go. And if you're not into Mexican food, get their burgers. They're just as good as their Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
That's because there's some days, like my wife, she lives, breathe, eat, sleep Mexican food 24. I'm not raised on it. I'm not like that.
Me either.
I love Mexican food. Don't get me wrong. I'll tear up a burrito or enchilada like anybody else. But there are days where I don't need that.
Right.
Sometimes I want a burger or something else. And so I get the Cerritos.
Options.
I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like eating Mexican. They got a darn good burger. I'll get that burger. So just saying, if you're not into Mexican food.
So there's Cerritos plugs, and they know that we're helping them out too.
And if you really want to be amazed, I go there for breakfast more than I do for lunch. I love their breakfasts.
Oh, I have to try a breakfast.
My wife and I get a breakfast burrito for like $5 that you fill up. And so we each get one of those, and then we split a hash brown. So both and I eat breakfast for like $18 with drinks.
Wow, and you can't do that hardly anywhere.
No, so I love that. It's and you walk out of there like fat belly rolled out, not like oh I still could eat. No, I'm hurting when I'm done.
Not like those people that eat fruit in the morning.
Right? Oh, you healthy weirdos. Bacon makes a man out of you. And that's why I'm going to die in a year.
And thanks for coming.
Well, thank you, Laurie. As always, appreciate the visit. We'll see you here next time.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks,
awesome.
Mike.
It's 8:49.